Hi, I'm Zayden, and I want to kind of talk about the things that happened over the past couple days. I also want to talk about how much Charlie Kirk as a person kind of influenced me and kind of helped me become the kind of person that I am. If you don't know what happened, uh, September 10th of 2025, Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck with a high caliber hunting rifle from a building about 200 yards away by a man named Tyler Robinson, allegedly. Allegedly, Tyler Robinson, who's 22 years old, is currently the primary suspect. He was turned in by his dad I think earlier today or yesterday. So the leading suspect is in police custody at the moment, but it was very tragic during especially during Charlie Kirk's debate. Like I don't know how to talk about it, you know? Like it's kind of surreal in a way cuz like I'm my age my age is kind of like the target audience for Charlie Kirk. Uh, like I'm a minor, and Charlie Kirk's main thing was trying to allow a young audience to be more involved with American politics. Um, but I always saw Charlie Kirk as more of a person who was fighting for just children in general to be able to talk about politics without having fear of being bullied or treated differently. And because of him, that is what I'm able to do. I'm able to freely talk about politics without having too much of a fear, um, which is an amazing thing. It really is. During Joe Biden's presidency, uh, I personally was not super involved with politics, but I still knew things. Like I knew things that were happening. But once I like found Charlie Kirk by watching YouTube, it just opened me up to a whole new side of politics, I guess. And it just really sucks. You know, he was 31 years old. He's as old as my dad, if not a year younger, I think. My dad is 32 or 31. He's one or the other. Charlie Kirk had two kids. He had two daughters, one that was a year old and one that was 2 years old. And they were there. They were there when he got shot. Apparently, one of the daughters tried running to Charlie when the gunshot went off because of how loud it was. And I can't imagine, man. I really can't. I can't imagine just that, you know? Like I can't imagine being there. I've refrained myself from looking at the video uncensored of Charlie getting shot. And thankfully, because from what I've been told, it's very bad. It's gruesome. I would say watch with your own precaution if you haven't already. I personally will not be watching it. I don't want to. But I just want to say, like, Charlie was an amazing person. He was a great guy. He did not deserve death. Nobody does. Because Charlie was never violent. He was never violent. He never had hate speech. All he ever did was sat down and talked to people fairly. And that's basically all he's been doing since he was 17. Charlie was he and another older person started up Charlie's like company, Turning Point USA, when Charlie was only 18, and he died at 31. And it's just crazy, you know. He died at a extremely young age doing something he loved. And it's really sad, you know. I send my respects out to you know, Charlie's family. I'm not personally Christian, but if, you know, God is real, at least Charlie is living his afterlife with the man that he believed in the most. You know what I mean? It really sucks. It really does. And I will never understand why the person who shot him. But yeah, I don't have too much to say to kind of add on to everything, because there are tons of other people who've made videos on this who are way smarter than me, way more intelligent, and way more informed on this topic. But I just wanted to say kind of my feelings and how Charlie has kind of changed who I am as a person just by but yeah, thank you for watching. Please go show support to Charlie's family if you can. And let's just hope that the person who killed Charlie gets punished. You know what I mean? They deserve the punishment, you know, that the justice gives them. And I'm just hoping that the right person has been caught, which, I mean, I think they have. I think potentially Tyler is the person. I don't think it's official yet because they have already found 2 other people who were of interest who didn't, who weren't actually the person. But I think it likely is Tyler. But yeah, again, I'm sorry for Charlie's family. I'm sorry for Charlie. And I'm sorry to everybody who's affected. If there was anybody who was, you know, really there at the university when Charlie got shot, it must have been horrific, especially the people who were up front. Really sucks. Really sucks. And I hope if anybody ever does stuff the way that Charlie did, more precautions will be put in place to protect. So yeah, I hope everybody who's watched this, as far as they have, enjoyed. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.